safe to say I got enough movies this month. Hello and welcome back to the Marco's Movies channel, a place to learn more, know more, and talk more about movies. On this channel, I rate, review, and I rank movies. So if you enjoy this video, please consider clicking that subscribe button. In this video today, I will be discussing every single new Blu-ray, as well as Funko Pop I got in the whole month of June, as well as a little bit of May sprinkled in there. So let's go ahead and get started. No cuts. Gonna try to let my personality do the talking. First, we got the Alien Quadrilogy. So a lot of these movies I've gotten in the Walmart bin for super cheap in this really cheap used movie store. It's called the House of the Used. This is from the House of the Used. So I've been looking for Aliens everywhere. I have Alien on 4K, the newest one. I've been looking for Aliens everywhere, and I saw this, and it was 13 bucks, and I would have spent like 20 bucks just on Aliens, because I almost did. So thank God I found that I got all the movies, but really all I wanted was Aliens. But I also have an extra copy of Alien. Don't need it, but whatever. Next, we got the Austin Power trilogy. I've only seen the first one. Elizabeth Hurley, Mike Myers, super funny. Hello. I love that movie. It's a top 15 comedy movie of all time for me. And the second one I heard is the best one. I still have to watch it. It's the best one according to one of my friends. Next, we have the Bad Boys trilogy. Got this at the Walmart bin for 10 bucks. Never seen a Bad Boys movie, ever. I like some of Michael Bay's movies. I heard they get better as they go. I got these because I'm going to watch them, and then I'm going to go ahead and pick up the newest one. And maybe if they make a fourth one, I'll review all of them, but I just kind of wanted them to watch them for the first time, and got for the right deal. Next, we have the Birds of Prey steelbook. I already have Birds of Prey on 4K, but Best Buy, I got this for free actually on Best Buy. Really enjoyed Birds of Prey. It was probably a top 5 movie of this year so far, which I'm going to be doing my top 10 movies of 2020 so far. So like I said, make sure you subscribe so you can tune in for that video later this week. The steelbook is really dope. You got Margot Robbie, you know, with the little thing she eats in the movie. Beetlejuice. I'd let Michael Keaton look up my skirt. Beetlejuice, watched this for the first time a couple days ago. I watched The Exorcist 167 times, and it gets funnier every single time I see it. Michael Keaton sold this role. It shows how great of an actor he is. He can do Batman, Birdman, Beetlejuice, and be great in every single one of those roles, as well as others. Boondock Saints. I'm going to tell you something about myself. Willem Dafoe is one of my favorite actors of all time. Put him in a movie with gangsters, I'm going to love it. So I'm waiting to watch it. Got the Best Buy bin for 6 bucks. So, yeah. Ooh, I slammed that one. Next, we got the Braveheart Steelbook. I have not seen Braveheart in my life. I loved Apocalypto with Mel Gibson, and also Patriot, which is also directed by Mel Gibson. And his best film, arguably, is the only one I haven't seen. But they just came out with the Steelbook in 4K. I got it. So I'm going to be watching that soon. Next, we have one of my favorite Martin Scorsese movies of all time, Casino. You got Sharon Stone, Joe Pesci, and Robert De Niro, and Sharon Stone. Yeah, it's basically Goodfellas but in a casino, but I much prefer Goodfellas over this because Ray Liotta, I don't know, he just sells that movie. But it's a really good movie. It's really underrated. It drags a little bit, but other than that, it's really good. Cobra. A lot of people say this is Sylvester Stallone's Commando. Let me tell you this right now. Commando is better than Cobra, but I do really enjoy myself some Cobra, so... Got this at Walmart. They released a bunch of stuff for Father's Day. So a bunch of old 80s and 90s action movies. So I've been taking advantage. Oh, Barnes & Noble pickup right here. The Conjuring. James Wan. I mean, right, it's James Wan. I'm not dumb, right? Okay, it's James Wan, yeah. I like Insidious a lot, and he also did the first Saw movie. And The Conjuring is top 5 horror movie of the decade. Probably top 3. Really enjoy The Conjuring. And the second one I'm going to get eventually because I enjoy that one as well. Creed 1. I really like Creed 1. It's my second favorite of the Rocky films. Sylvester Stallone gives a great performance. Why did I look at the beginning of that like I was going to talk shit? This is why I don't do one takes, because I do stuff like this because I'm an idiot. But Creed 1, really good movie as well. Got that at the Walmart bin. Drive. I've been looking for this movie everywhere. I got it at that used store, like I said. Ryan Gosling is maybe my favorite actor working today besides Joaquin Phoenix. And I heard he's just such a badass in the movie. So I really liked Baby Driver. So maybe I'm positive I'll like that. Django Unchained. You'll know Quentin Tarantino is my favorite director of all time. And I own every single one of his movies except Death Proof. But I'm going to get that eventually. I actually have a couple more movies here. Django Unchained, love Django Unchained. There's 5 Quentin Tarantino films that I could watch literally once a week for the rest of my life and never get sick of them. I could not imagine Will Smith playing this part. Jamie Foxx is that part. By the way, underrated opinion. Jamie Foxx is a better actor than Will Smith, but it's just my opinion. Hey, don't fight me. End of watch. Never have seen. I stand corrected. Jake Gyllenhaal is also one of my favorite actors working today. He is You'll see a couple more of his movies actually here. And Michael Pena is also in this movie. Pena, something. But I heard this. He did this before Prisoners, and I heard by a couple people this is why he was so good in Prisoners. So gotta watch that. The first rule of Fight Club is, like John Flickinger says, buy it on Blu-ray and watch it once a year. And also don't talk about it. I'm waiting for Brad Pitt to come and whoop my ass. Edward Norton's excellent in this film. It's my favorite David Fincher film of all time, and I literally do watch it once a year. The Fifth Element, such a guilty pleasure for me. I'm Bossa movie. This was one of another. There's gonna be another movie I'll show you. This was one of like 5 movies me and my dad watched all the time. This was like the big action. This along with RoboCop were me and my dad's 2 action movies. That's like all we watched. That was our thing. And Hellboy 2 is like our comic book. You'll see eventually. You stick it up your nose, and when you hear the crunch, you pull it out. Total Recall. I love Total Recall. I actually think Total Recall is genuinely a really good movie. It was kind of the first movie where the ending's up to interpret. Not the first one, but it's a really good movie. A lot of people say this is like a guilty pleasure. No, Commando's a guilty pleasure. Commando's not a good movie, but it's fucking entertaining. You have Arnold Schwarzenegger with his shirt off fighting an army. But this is actually a genuinely good movie and an interesting plot, so love Total Recall. I gotta stop throwing them. I'm gonna break one and I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight. Gladiator. I have not watched Gladiator. I have it on 4K up there, but it broke, so I sent it back. And they sent me the new Steelbook instead of a normal one, so I got really lucky on that. Love Russell Crowe, Ridley Scott. Come on, I'm gonna love that movie. I haven't watched it in a very long time. And Joaquin Phoenix. Gone Girl, have not seen. Love Ben Affleck, love David Fincher. Got this at that used store for $10. And this is a weird Blu-ray. I didn't even know if this was a Blu-ray. It's like a book. I don't know. Hellboy 2, here's where it is. Hellboy 1 and Hellboy 2, I own them both. I just bought this, though, for $10 at Best Buy. This was me and my dad's comic book movie. That freaking little octopus-looking guy, yeah, Avengers Infinity War, you copied that guy from Hellboy 2. I love Hellboy 2. I love Hellboy 1. I love Hellboy 2. There's just some of my favorite comic book movies, and they're highly nostalgic for me. Nostalgic. Her, got that at the used store as well. Every single one you see these want to use things, they're used, but they're newly packaged, so I don't know how they're used. If Joker didn't exist, this would be my favorite Joaquin Phoenix performance of all time. He's literally having to talk to himself in a room and make you buy him and his phone's relationship. But his phone is Scarlett Johansson's voice. I would probably fall in love with my phone as well. Oops. I hate Peter Pan. I love Robin Williams, and this is an underrated Steven Spielberg film. It's super funny, underrated. Got this on, I think at the Walmart bin, actually, somehow. Yeah, and you also have a young Julia Roberts in there. Some of my favorite movies of all time. The first one is my favorite. The second one is my second favorite, and the third one's my third favorite, but they're all A+ movies to me. I love every single Indiana Jones film except Last Crusade. Just leave. Just go. Leave me. It's only 3 movies, okay? That one doesn't exist. Like Batman and Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin do not exist to me. These are some of the best movies of all time. And I got this for $30, but guess what? I played them. I bought 3 other movies before this that were only $5 at that used store and got this for free. So I spent less and got more because I'm a damn genius. As well as an idiot. Glorious Bastards, Quentin Tarantino, and Brad Pitt. Put them in a movie, I'm going to love it. This is probably my most rewatched Tarantino film of all time. There's something about, and also Christoph Waltz's performance as sort of this, he's not Russian, but he's a Jewish finder. He's just so badass in the film. And I forgot who was the Michael Fassbender. Yeah, he's also really good in this film, even though he's in it for 5 minutes. You would know why if you've seen it. This is giving me flashbacks to my Blu-ray collection video. King of Comedy, never have seen. Martin Scorsese again. Robert De Niro again. And then you get Jerry Lewis as well in this film. Shit, why not? I heard Joker really copied this and Taxi Driver. I've seen Taxi Driver before I even saw Joker, and I saw the similarities there, but I still thought it was original enough. I love Taxi Driver, and I'm still gonna love Joker, even though it copies it. I'm sorry. Still need to watch King of Comedy. Last Action Hero. $5. I got this at Barnes & Noble. This movie was ahead of its time. The only reason this movie wasn't good was because back then they weren't expecting this sort of weird action movie, but it was ahead of its time. Very ahead of its time, actually, in my opinion. Arnold Schwarzenegger, you can't go wrong with the man. He's one of my favorite actors of all time. Not a good actor, but a highly entertaining one with rippling muscles that makes you want to go to the gym. I'm sorry. Nightcrawler, Jake Gyllenhaal's best performance by far, and a top 15 movie for me of all time. Only have seen this movie twice. Already think it's a top 15 movie of all time for me. Like American Psycho, I saw it once, top 15. So this will probably creep its way up to my top 10 of all time eventually. But I need to watch it more. Never have seen Ocean's 11. Love The Town. I love Heat. So I'm going to love this. Matt Damon. George Clooney. I think, no, never mind. Wait, is he? No, he's not. You also get Julia Roberts in this movie, Pretty Woman. Why not? Never have seen it though. Old School, one of the best comedies of all time. You get Luke Wilson and Will Ferrell. I think Will Ferrell, this is his second funniest movie of all time, behind Night at the Roxbury, which is a movie I need because it's my favorite comedy of all time. I'll say that right now. But Old School, it's so hilarious. It's so highly rewatchable for me. Just, you're my boy, Blue! That's how I'm going to... And Bob's Bitch Tits. That's how I'll sum up that movie. Point Break. Top 3 action movie of all time for me. My favorite Keanu Reeves film of all time. I love The Matrix, I love Speed, and I love John Wick, but I love this film just a little bit more than those. And also you get Patrick Swayze, the sexiest man alive in the 90s, behind Keanu Reeves. Go. Rocky franchise. I just wanted Rocky 1, and I found this whole set for $15 at Walmart. I don't know how it was there. This came out like 5 years ago, but it was there. Rocky 1 I love. Rocky 2 I like. Rocky 3 I like. Rocky 4 I love. Rocky 5 it doesn't exist. And Rocky Balboa. Rocky Balboa I think is kind of not boring, but I just they're using the greatness of the original films to boost it up. I do like seeing Sylvester Stallone, aka Rocky, in that phase of his career. But yeah, Rocky 1's a top 10 movie of all time for me. Dun 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 dun. The Rock, Sean Connery, Nicolas Cage. Ned Harris, really good movie. Michael Bay's best movie by far. This is some people's favorite movie of all time, and for understandable reasons. It's probably the best made action movie of the 90s besides The Matrix. Really good movie. Next, we got a little set. Actually, we got every single Spider-Man movie that I want except Far From Home. We got the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. 1 and 2 are my favorite Spider-Man movies of all time. 2 is a top 5 comic book movie of all time if you watch that video. I'll link it in the description if you haven't seen my top 10 comic book movies of all time. Make sure you check out that video. But spoiler alert, this was in my top 5. Really good movie, Spider-Man 2. Next we got Homecoming. We got the Steelbook. I just got it on Blu-ray. I'm not going to spend $30 for it on 4K. I just don't need to. I'd rather just spend $15 and get it on Blu-ray. And then Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Really good movie. Not going to spoil where this was on my top 10 comic movies of all time, but this was tied with another film for a placing on the list. Really good movie. Top 10 comic book movie of all time for me. People are saying it's the best Spider-Man movie ever made. Just stop. Spider-Man 1 and 2 are better than that movie. Just going to say that now. Sam Raimi's the GOAT. Split. Haven't seen. Loved Unbreakable. I've seen Glass and Unbreakable, but I haven't seen Split, and I've heard this is the best one. And James McAvoy is a fucking actor as well. And M. Night Shyamalan. Man, M. Night Shyamalan will make the best movie you've ever seen almost with like Signs, Unbreakable, things like that. And then he'll go ahead and make The Happening. And the ending of Glass. Star Trek. Have not seen a Star Trek film in my life. Planning on watching this and the second and third J.J. Abrams film and then watching the originals and maybe some of the original TV series. I'm planning on doing it because a lot of people love Star Trek more than Star Wars. I never understood it. Star Wars is my shit. So yeah. I got this for one reason, and one reason only. So every time I watch Batman Begins and say how great comic book movies can be when you give them the right budget, director, and actors, I watch this. So I know even with the right budget, directors, and actors, you'll still make a shitty movie. I hate this movie, but I hate this movie. I was going to say, but I love this movie, but it did nothing for me. Except make me appreciate how good other comic book movies are and how hard it is to actually make a comic book movie. VFW. It is so sad to say that this movie is better than Justice League. It's literally 4 homeless men playing the Justice League and playing it better. Yeah. Stephen Lang's really good in this movie. Next, I forgot to take these 2 out. I got the first 2 X-Men films. So I have every X-Men film except the 3rd one in every trilogy. Except Logan I have. X-Men 2. X-Men 2 is great. X-Men 1's also really good. Then we got the Wolverine. I think it's the most underrated X-Men film there is. 90% of the movie's freaking awesome. You get freaking Hugh Jackman, aka Wolverine, fighting ninjas in the extended cut, which I did get. And yeah, it's just badass. Him in this movie, I'm going to say something really weird. The moment where Hugh Jackman comes out of the thing in X-Men Origin Wolverine, I don't know why I'm saying this, and he's all buff and jacked and he's screaming, that might be one of my favorite moments in the whole X-Men trilogy. Not saying X-Men Origins is good. Probably the worst comic book movie of all time. But I don't know why I don't know why that came to my mind. Alright, let's put these back. Oh, I actually forgot a couple. I forgot these 2. So we got Kevin Costner's Waterworld. It's literally Mad Max but on water. Was recommended this by John Flickinger. And the Zombieland Steelbook I got at Walmart. Don't need this on 4K, so I just got it on Blu-ray for $5, and the Steelbook is pretty damn sick. So there you go. Is that everything? Oh, wait. We forgot one. Reservoir Dogs. $6. I got this for at that used store. I literally didn't even think twice. I just bought it. Love Reservoir Dogs. If you haven't seen my Tarantino list, go watch that. It's my second favorite Tarantino film of all time. I'll say that right now. Now let's get into the Funko Pops I've gotten this month. Starting with the Maximus Funko Pop. I need to get the Joaquin Phoenix Funko Pop next to match with this guy. I'm not a big Funko guy, but I get them once in a while. And I got this one because I thought it was badass. I mean, come on. Russell Crowe had that one before. This is a new one as well. We got the James Bond double. If you didn't know, Casino Royale is top 5 action movie of all time for me. My favorite Bond film. And Skyfall's pretty good too. So I had to get the Casino Royale, aka Daniel Craig, James Bond. I'm gonna say this now. No Time to Die is my most anticipated movie of this year. Literally more than Tenet. And I hope it comes out in November somehow. It's probably not. I think that is it, guys. Wow, that was fun. But thank you guys all for tuning into this monthly Blu-ray haul kind of video. It's not going to happen every month. It's going to happen the months that I buy 10 plus Blu-rays in, or months that I just buy a lot of shit in, and I'll be just displaying all that every single month. So let me know in the comment section down below what new Blu-rays you guys have gone, and Blu-rays that you recommend for me to get, because I don't know every Blu-ray. I don't know every movie. So let me know some movie suggestions down below. Thank you guys all for watching this video, and as always, keep watching movies and get to the chopper!